Goldylocks Productions provides professional internet, TV, and radio shows in the spiritual and New Age genre.
Strap yourself in because we're set up, switched on, and ready to go.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Spiritual Insight Show. I'm Reverend Tiffany White Sage Woman, and I am very excited to be with each and every one of you this evening as we sit in sacred circle for this next hour. I am very honored and grateful for each of you showing up and just participating, taking your sacred spot. Not just for this next hour, but hopefully you'll have some tools and some support to go on throughout the rest of your week. And so, yes, hello, everyone showing up. Yay. Hello, Maureen. How are you, dear? Yay. And hello, Marie. How are you? And Julia. Sarah, Anthony, and my godson, Austin. Hello. Hello, Chris. Happy Sunday to you as well, you and everyone. And so, yes, woohoo. Oh, my goodness. Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone. Good. You are well. That's wonderful, Marie. Because we have to check on each other, especially more now than ever with everything that's going on. And we're going to talk about that. All right. But before I do, because I tend to get carried away in the channeling or the messages that's coming through, and even some of the notes that were given to me ahead of time, I would like to remind everyone my website. My website is whitesagewoman.com. That's White Sage, SAGE, woman, WOMAN.com. And I'm spelling it out for those that are listening live on Spreaker Radio. Welcome to them as well. And so it doesn't matter if you are watching this live, listening to the show live on Spreaker Radio, or even in the archives. The energy is going to be the same, still going to be very powerful, and you are still going to participate in the giving and the receiving of this beautiful energy for everyone sitting in Sacred Circle. So let's see. Oh, good evening, Teresa. Yes, good evening. All right. So now let's begin, because there's a lot going on as we're getting into 2019. And what I thought we would address this evening is not really your expectations for this coming year, but because it's we shouldn't expect anything, right? And maybe that's a loaded question too, and we could spend a whole show on that. But maybe that's what we can look forward to, looking ahead for 2019. Hello, Robin. Thank you for joining us. Yay. I hear the puppies. Hello, puppies. Yes. Aw, Ty and Grace, you're getting hellos. Oh, all right. So what I would like to do is just let's go over some things. And some of this it's interesting. I've been getting this since the last show, since we last sat in Sacred Circle last week. And then some of this too is even validated when I read newsletters from other spiritual teachers and light workers. And we're all, even if we don't use the same words, we're all expressing the same energies, the same feeling. And I think it's really, really beautiful how we're just all right in sync with each other. So, and I always, when we're going forward, we like to go back. We'd like to remember when this is going on. And maybe it can help you to put certain puzzle pieces together for you. So remember, 2012, when the cosmic event of 2012, which is December 21st, right? The 12/12 So I'm sorry, the 12, when they were the 12/21/12, the cosmic event. From then to 2032, remember this is a 20-year preparation period to the start of the new golden age. And guess what? It's disappearing rapidly. All right. The years between 2017 and 2025 are the time of greatest upheaval. This is when the majority of the cleansing will take place on this planet through nature. And we certainly saw that last year. And it will continue this year in 2019 with extremes of weather and disruption. But it will bring people and even countries together. And this is the purpose of this cleansing anyway, right? So as more and more is revealed too, I'm going to talk a little bit about the earth, about plastics. The misuse of materials and how we have abused this planet, the trees and animals and planets, and people will start to get their voices heard. And we already are hearing about it. Be more green, be more supportive of Mother Nature. And it's time to tell you, I have stopped using plastic storage containers. I've gone back to glass. And for the lids, a lot of the glass containers will have plastic, though non-BPA lids. That's fine. And instead of using like plastic wrap, there's beeswax paper. There's beeswax wrap that you can use around the food. I use that, and it really works. You can smooth it out, and it forms whatever shape that you mold it in with the heat of your hand, the wax. So it bonds to any size of bowl, any size of glass, anytime, even steel container. It's so look that up if you're not familiar with the beeswax wraps, okay? And so it's just very important because we're finding that in the oceans, look at all these empty water bottles, plastic, and it's just a terrible, terrible item. It just really, really is. All right, but so there is going to be even more changes as well to change the way that we live, we work, and we eat. We need to be back in a harmonious relationship with Mother Earth. There will be more campaigns to bring about ecological and environmental reforms, and some governments are already starting to listen. Green will start to become greener. Nature again will become more valued and animals more appreciated. Money will slowly start to be less important and the quality of life will be more important. Okay, I know that mind is probably going, money, less important? What in the world? Really? Just don't hang on to that. If you feel your mind nipping at it, shh, sink, fall into the Sacred Heart Center. Just fall. And don't let that mind go like that. Okay. So just take that moment to feel yourself. I want you to feel the energies that's being shared. All right. Many supermarkets already are taking a more organic and natural approach, teaming up with local farmers to sell their products. More big businesses and banks are already declining, and failures will continue because they're not in line with the fifth dimensional paradigm for the new golden age. Businesses that work for the common good, that are in service, help one another, help children and animals, and etc. These are businesses that will survive and even thrive. Cooperation, balance, and harmony are key factors, and there will be a drawing of recognition on this. There will be a dawning of recognition on this. I have to tell you, my third eye is going crazy. Woo! We've got some powerful people sitting in Sacred Circle. Oh, that's a good thing. It's a compliment. All right, here we go. There will be some spectacular technological blips and new amazing technological breakthroughs. Archangel Michael and Lord Hilarion is the great illuminated master. And they are working to bring all of this about for the highest good. So you can ask them in prayer meditation to facilitate only those breakthroughs that are for the highest and greatest of humanity and that will benefit the world, that these are the ones that will take shape and manifest. Education as well will slowly start a change to start to change. And for those of you who took the Activate Your Avatar course, we talked about this. These new children coming in, these new energies, education has to change because it is not beneficial and harmonious for them. Okay. So because the traditional education is forced on the new souls whose energies and needs are very different from the children of 20 or 30 years ago. So Archangel Jophiel, the angel of wisdom, and Christine, his twin flame, are influencing this change. For it is important that education comes into alignment with design for the new golden age. Again, the more we ask for help, the more they can touch the minds and the hearts of those in the position to bring this about. The calling will be stronger. Health services will collapse in places so that natural methods have to be explored, although very tentatively, still with some hesitation. It still will be, but it's already has. Hello, hemp has been revived. The hemp prohibition is over. Archangel Raphael is holding the fifth dimensional health blueprint for the future. Archangel Raphael, a lot of healers are working with Raphael. So it's Archangel Raphael. So you're familiar with Raphael. All right. The frequency of this planet rises natural methods of keeping our bodies attuned and will become more effective. As America goes into recession economically, it will impact on the world and people will start to examine their priorities. More secrets and cover-ups are revealed. The lid is starting to come off many government activities and people will be appalled. While that ride is a bumpy one, it is bringing in change. You have to know this. So this year is a magical year of hope and expansion. All right. And for all those in alignment with these higher frequencies, for all those that are making the choice of, yes, I'm embracing this ascension into the higher vibrations. So this is going to be a very magical year for us. Enjoy it. And remember that nothing is set in stone. The more light we raise in our own lives and send into the planet, the easier the journey will be. So decide what gives your soul satisfaction and heart happiness and go for it. As long as it's in harmony with humanity and harm none. Personal and planetary expansion is an offer this year, so think big, for the universe will support you. Expand your community, whether this means getting out to know your neighbors, volunteering to help others, or joining an online community, or sitting in sacred circle every week with the fellow light workers. This is all helping to develop your navel chakra and bring about world oneness. So ask Archangel Gabriel to place his cosmic diamond of purity over you each and every day to keep you attuned to the highest frequencies. Remember that the wise old dragons are waiting to help you, and so are the angels, and just ask them. And we're going to touch on the dragons a little bit more as we go, okay? So let's see. Let me catch up with some of these comments. And never heard of beeswax paper. Check. Yes, you should check that out. Beeswax wrap is an alternative to plastic wrap. So check that out. You could Google it. I know that there's one place called Mighty Nest online that sells it. That's where I get mine from. It's called Mighty Nest. Hello, Amy. Oh, we got several Amy's. Yes, woohoo, acupuncture. Absolutely. There's, yes, so many of the, yeah. We need to be more fluid like water and be able to shift and change. Absolutely. Absolutely. We haven't, when it becomes civilized and structured, it was more like set in stone, or you're supposed to be this particular way, not in harmony with nature, which is very fluid and is always changing, always evolving. And when we know this and that it's okay, we feel less agitated with that movement of change. We understand it, right? And instead of, oh my goodness, what's happening? All right. So that's what for 2019, kind of seeing that. Let's think forward here. I do want to talk a little bit. I sat in a really great webinar yesterday. And, okay, hold on. Let me see, Amy, what's that website? Let me get that for you. All right. I just look up Mighty Nest because I'm not sure what their website is. It could be something else because sometimes, so just do a search on Mighty Nest and yeah, it's Mighty Nest. And sign up for that. There you go. You'll be able to find it there. They have a lot of wonderful products. I gave a lot of these for Christmas. They've got the dryer wool balls, the wool dryer balls now. And I have to tell you, I'm actually very impressed. I saw it in a very big warehouse store today, the big W store. And very affordable, package of 2, under $5. I was like, wow. So I like this site. They have all sorts of things. I mean, glass drinking bottles that are very strong, made like from the scientific beakers, that we use, the beakers in science class. And it's just, I'm very impressed with innovation that they've come up with. And of course, the steel straws, you can get steel straws from them for those that like to use the straws. They're all about, non-chemical and protecting the environment while you're still, bringing that insight into your home, into your kitchen, into your home too, because it's not just your kitchen, it's your bathroom, it's all over. Laundry. All right. So check that out. Do you believe it's Mighty Nest? If you just Google it, let me see real quick here on this other computer. So don't want to mess the studio. Yeah, it's mightynest.com. They're green products for home and family. All right. So there you go. And yes, you can find really good deals on the wool dryer balls. You can and check them out. Just make sure that they are organic wool. All right. So just you also too want to make sure the wool where it comes from, but it is very affordable. All right. So check those. That's the first thing. If you can just stop using dryer sheets, and how many of you can smell, when you shift to an all natural method of cleaning your house, and you go outside and your neighbors are doing laundry and you can smell their dryer sheets. You can smell the chemicals in the air. It's more than just fragrance. You really start to, now I smell it, because they're not around You're not around it and saturated with it that you have that that you become desensitized to it, right? Oh yeah, and you don't hear them bounce around. Although let me tell you, my dogs hear it. My male dog Ty, if anything hits the floor, he's right there, whether it makes a noise or not, that vibration. So I have to hurry up if I'm pulling things out of the dryer and one falls. I have to hurry up and scoop it up before he runs in thinking it's a toy. Oh, it's mine? No, it's not. All right. So check that out. It's a really great place. And Sarah, even there's a Norwix, all these. I'm just saying, I'm just putting Mighty Nest out there. There's a lot of great companies. Just do your homework. And yes, see, dryer sheets are made with animal fats in them. Absolutely. Sarah, could you please put your link to Norwix? And for those of you who don't know what those products are, I encourage you to check out that website too. Sarah, please put that link in there. And they just got some new products too, right, Sarah? So check all that out. It's exciting. I can't wait. I've got to go on there and order some things I'm really excited about. I cleanse my face every night and I use cotton balls. And then what do? You're throwing them away. Well, they have these washable face pads. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I've got to get them, So, all right, for those watching, I put the link up. It's in for those that are listening on radio. It's Sarah with an H and Graphia, INGRAFFIA NORWEX.biz. All right. And that, check it out. It's got some good stuff there. All right. So let me see what else is this here. Oh no, I bought scented dryer sheets only to keep mice away. I can't use peppermint anymore because of my cat. I just bought I use essential oils in when it's like that in your laundry, it should not hurt your animals. If you're sprinkling essential oils directly onto their bedding, that can be harmful. But if you're sprinkling essential oils onto a wool dryer ball and throwing it into the dryer, or adding some into your laundry detergent, it should not hurt your pets because it's going through a wash, it's going through a dry. You're not directly putting essential oils onto pets, which, I am certified in essential oils, and there's some who feel that it's okay to use essential oils with pets. You just have to, know which ones to use and not, but I wouldn't just, you got to be careful. Let me just say that there is some caution in the wind when using essential oils with pets. All right. But, and you also want to make sure you have good quality oil. That makes a big difference as well. So I wouldn't, anything you go to the grocery store and find for $5. Just know that might not be the best quality. All right. So anyway, I'm not saying you have to spend a fortune. All right. I read that they cannot inhale peppermint. I don't use dryer sheets for the dryer. That they can't inhale peppermint. Okay. Right. Again, if you take the essential oil right to their nose, I wouldn't, I wouldn't do that. All right. And here's the thing. If you have an issue with a rodent, there's a message and you need to sit and converse with that rodent. And you may think I'm crazy. We don't use anything to keep rodents away. Definitely don't use any traps. And I really had to work with my husband long and hard on this. Okay. And so, you can have a conversation with them. First off, I would look up what the spirit animal message of that particular animal that's coming in, what they're trying to tell you. All right. And so ask the particular, and we've had a couple blocks over, someone's home was infested with rats. So they just spread all over. And I had a conversation with the rat. We found some rat holes in the yard of, okay, nature's yours. All I ask is that you respect our home, and I'll respect your tunnels in your home. But please, we won't poison you, and just let's have this understanding. Let's live in harmony together. And it took several meditations, took several times I just visualized the rat, okay, I'm going to have a conversation with this animal that's coming into the yard. And you sit with that. And it's not so hard, because as you're pushing your energy out into your yard, your energy picks up on what is coming into your yard and will connect with that. Okay, so it's not as hard as we make it. So release it and just let it go. It's not your imagination when you do have a conversation. And I did have a conversation with the rat, and he showed me his family and his little babies. And I said, oh, they're so cute. Okay, now I've got dogs. Keep them away. Don't let the dogs even smell them. Please just keep everything away and in a safe place. You can go on this side of the yard, and that's fine. But just, please. And it worked. It has worked. We haven't seen any. And then, of course, because of all of that, I think I talked about this a while ago with it. This is like during the summertime. A neighbor was upset that we didn't, because they were having pest control come over and they were taking care of it. And they wanted all their neighbors to do the same thing. And it's like, no, we just talk to them. And of course, they look at you like you're crazy. And I was like, no, we have an understanding. We're good. We're not going to poison them. And, and they get mad. Stop putting a bird feeder out. And I'm like, I'm feeding the birds. I was like, learn to live in harmony with the land. Okay. That's it. But there's certain essential oil, like I said, lemongrass, vinegar. I have to tell you, most animals don't like vinegar. All right. So you have to figure out where they're coming in. So anyway, to keep mice away, I bought scented dryer sheets. All right. There's really not too much clear, but I don't want to spend a lot of time on this. Anyway, there are certain guidelines for essential oils. Absolutely. But some of them you can use with them. And there's natural ways, of course. And like I said, live in harmony with, say, rodents. I hate, but just other beings in nature. We can do it. Absolutely. All right. So I want to get back to really how we can move on. I don't want to be stuck in one area here. I want you to think back here. 2014 and 2015, we were flooded with divine feminine energies. There was a flooding these 2 years, 2014, 2015, after the whole patriarchal rule, the feminine energy came in and flooded this earth. And we are still, they come in and they flood it. And then after that, it's like a balancing. So this is where we are right now. We're still in that, balancing that masculine and feminine energies, okay? And working together in harmony and unity. So we're balancing that out, all right? Now, this is interesting is, think back to September 2015. What happened in your life at this time? Something that you can recall. Was there anything big at the end of the summer? September 2015 was a profound time for me. It really was. And I had to, I think I started to talk about it, I sat in a really great webinar yesterday, Tim Wild, W-H-I-L-D, Tim Wild, and he's over in the UK. And he's talking about all of this. He was the high priestess in Atlantean times, and he's a very powerful healer and spiritual teacher as well. And so he threw a date, because I'm gonna throw a date out here. September 2015, what happened in your life? And it was like, wow. I stopped one thing and started a new thing. See, yeah, Julia, yeah, divorce. You stopped one thing and started a new thing, right? And when you stop something, when it's lived its time, so to speak, it does feel like a divorce. It feels terrible. It feels, I remember at the time I stepped away from one thing that was huge. All right. It was because I was in partnership with someone, and I left that partnership and went into my own, and this is production wise. Was the birth of Goldylocks Productions. But it was hard because, we make excuses. Everyone knows this. I don't have to go through it. We've all done it. Drag your feet, right? Kind of make excuses. Let me see. All right. I have been expanding my light and energy out into our new yard. I have done this many times because I have been sad. I have seen wildlife over here, but yesterday there was 20 or 30 birds, my feeders. You haven't seen any. Okay, and then you did. I felt so thankful. I didn't give up expanding so that they know this year is a safe place. Yeah, they'll be spoiled. Exactly. And that's okay. I know this spelling. Don't worry about that. We read typos. I read typos. Don't worry about it. We understand that the yard is safe. It's a safe place. And sometimes, especially too, when you're moving in, it's reprogramming of that energy and of that sacred space. So you're letting nature know that you're a new caregiver of this sacred space. Nature will respond. They'll come back. All right. So yes, absolutely. Just give it some time. All right. Now, also at that time in September 2015, there was a trine of supermoons, series of 3 supermoons, and one of them was a blood moon. Well, guess what? Hold on, people. Not tomorrow, but next Monday, the 21st, we have a total lunar eclipse and a super full moon. The first one. The first. Out of 3 for 2019. And like January, February, and March. Bam, bam, bam. What are you ending and what's beginning? All right. Is it mind, body, and soul? Sometimes it could be, is it ending a physical ending? Is it a spiritual ending? Is it, what is it? Something you're letting go in your mind. It's all works together and is all harmonious. And I will talk more about that in my next show. Next week, we will prepare for that first supermoon, okay? But we're going to concentrate, stay focused on this for tonight, where we are right here, right now. To understand where we are, we have to understand where we've been, which a lot of us got that. All right, so a couple of shows ago, I do believe I talked about the Schumann resonance, and how science is measuring the sun and is saying that we're having all of these side effects. And I went over that several weeks ago, right? So it's very, very powerful what's happening to us. Absolutely. Now, I always do not take it to heart and as absolute truth anything that science tries to validate, because there's a theory behind this that my angelic committee and light workers and I, we were talking about today. They were like, okay, so what fuels science? We do. What do they use? Humans use super machines, uses AI to try to validate something in the esoteric, something that's energetic. All right. Well, why don't we just trust our own abilities? Most definitely we are energy. We can pick on it. We can sense it. We can prove it within ourselves. Why do we need to prove it outside of ourselves? You have to create something fake, something artificial, and it can't prove it to the degree that our knowing and our cosmic awareness can. So by relying on AI or computers, it's the same like our mind. It's still throwing us off balance. Don't wait for science to prove anything. You'll be left behind in 3D. Well, everyone watching the show is not about that. But what is taking place? All right, so you may have heard about the great central sun. Not the sun, the physical sun, our physical sun. We're talking about the great central sun, which he is a spiritual star, not a physical star. It's a spiritual star in the 9th dimension. All right. And the name and feel of this particular spiritual star is Helios, very masculine. Archangel Metatron works very closely with the great central sun. All right. Now, the great central sun fuses or sends the energy of our physical sun, which is in the 5th dimension. All right. It uses, and that is a star. All right. Our sun is a 5th dimensional star. So we have the great central sun with the 9th dimensional energy sending messages, energies, signals through our physical sun, which is a 5D star. Then it kind of filters what comes through to us. We're still getting a lot of stuff. All right. But if they didn't have that filter, we'd get smacked. Can we handle that 9th dimension? It's too much of a gap. It's too much of a leap. So we're having our sun filter it out. So our sun steps down messages and vibrations from the great central sun. And we also have the moon, so who's also, 5th dimensional already. So we have all these aspects off this earth plane that are much higher. That's helping. As we are ascending, they are helping us. They are pulling. Yes, you want it. But they were waiting for us to get to a halfway point. Meet us halfway. Prove us that you want this. And we have. We already have. All right. So we're beyond that now. Well beyond that proving point. The ascension is going. Let's see if I can read some of my notes here. Okay. Let's see. With the grand central sun, our sun and our moon is balanced, masculine and feminine. The light is exposing, all of our weakest points, our darkest moments maybe, but it's exposing everything that we haven't healed from, and we need to heal it. Remember, I talk about resolve and release. So it's being exposed now. You can't hide from it. You can't run from it like we probably could before. Like I'm going to hide. All right. You can't. No. This is time of action. You can't hide anymore. All right. You have to deal with it. You have to finalize and wrap up your karma. A lot of us have already been doing this. And we've moved from a time of what we know of karma. Okay, so now, I know I've explained in the past, I've had this explained even more to me, giving me some more information about karma is only for 3D, all right? It doesn't exist in the 4 and 5D. Well, it exists It's just different. The applying is different because it's like discipline. And if you're self-disciplined, you are applying your karma immediately, instant karma, to stay centered. You're immediately fixing it instead of waiting minutes, weeks, months, years, lifetimes to fix things. It's happening much faster now. The higher dimensional beings that are watching us knows what happens if we get off balance. They watch us. And they also know that if they one little step, and it's instant. The instant karma is like a shock to get you back into balance. It's that electric shock, that, hey, it's a reminder, that alarm, that get back in line. Get back in balance. So now things are happening 2,000 times faster, all right, in creating our reality than it ever has before. 2,000 times faster. So we are manifesting at a much faster rate. Do you understand? We are manifesting at a much faster rate, 2,000 times faster. And it's just going to increase as we keep ascending. Woo! So be very careful of your thoughts. Be very careful. That's why it's like, get rid of it. Resolve it. Balance it out. Give it love and let it go. It no longer serves you. Anything that no longer serves you, let it go. You can't take it with you. You don't want to take 3D stuff into the upper vibrations. It's just won't work. All right. Okay, so let's see, very much stuff here. The keys. Most people think the key is a symbology of a key, and look at the logo for Goldylocks Productions. Key is a golden key. Always it was golden to me. Always this golden key, a golden ankh. And it is the ankh is a key to the fifth dimensional heart. That cosmic heart center. The cosmic heart connects us. It's that pathway. It's that key. It's that let's go. All right. And it's that boost. All of us sitting in Sacred Circle, we're getting that boost. We're getting it. We're doing it. Ooh, energy. I mean, stay hydrated. Yes, Chris, thank you so much for that. Excuse me. It starts, this is Eastern Standard Time. This is for next Monday, the 21st. Starts at 9:26 and max it's 12:12 Eastern Time. Wow, very powerful. And so, see, you may see sometimes where there's a day between, you may see some people say, oh, well, it's a full moon now on the 21st and maybe then on the 22nd. You have to, a lot of the full moon, or when they do these full moon and the times of the moon is, or anything cosmic really, it's GMT time. So it's 5 hours ahead. So if, there may be some times where if it's at nighttime by us, it will be, right. It'll be like ahead of us. Okay. So that's why if it's Sunday night, early morning, but, and then cause I do believe maybe in February or March, thinking of what, that it's later at night for us and early morning. So just know that that's why there's always but just see what time zone they're talking about and then you'll understand. Oh, okay. Got it. But usually when they talk about anything cosmically, stars, universe, and that kind of thing, it's usually GMT time, which is the UK time. All right. Because that's supposed to be like the center of the earth, right? Center. Well, I'm talking about like map wise, not center. All right. All right. So, ooh, the energy is very powerful tonight. My body is very hot. My hands are sweating a lot, which is not usual for me. I love it in being part of our sacred circle. Good, wonderful. Thank you, Sarah. Thanks for that validation. Me too. It's like, okay, so just stay hydrated. Drink your water while we're going through all of this. All right. I also want to talk to you a little bit about dragons because it is very important that you work with your dragon and with the dragon realm. Diana Cooper talks about the dragons. Tim Wilde, WHILD. There's a lot more or understanding the dragons. Okay, it's not mythology. Dragons or unicorns. All right. So dragons are the ultimate alchemists on this planet. And you know what alchemy is? Alchemy just simply is manifesting. So if you're seeing, we've been taught, if you see these flashes of bright lights, it is angels, absolutely. But now, angels or fairies, we also are the dragons. The dragons can do that same thing. Peripheral vision, and pay attention to. If you are talking to your angels and you see the lights, it's the angels. If you are thinking about or trying to communicate with your dragon, you see these lights, it's your dragon or dragons. All right, because there's elemental dragons for each of the elements. So there's a lot of dragons. Now, I have to tell you, the dragons have been with us since the fall of Atlantis. And they made an ultra sacrifice. All right. They gave up their high dimensional energies to stay with us as we fell into the 3D, to stay with us and guide us and help us. So they actually get to us a lot faster than angels do. Now, angels can get to us pretty darn quick. So I don't think our minds can understand just how fast it can probably really understand any of this. But angels can get to us really fast. But at that little hesitation, because they're coming from a very high frequency, they're coming down to us. The dragons are already here and they're at our sides and they just are always here. Very fast. They can go in the lower vibrations where the angels aren't assigned to go. It's not that they can't go. They're just so high. It's their territory. It's not their territory. All right. So did they plan that man was going to fall down to 3D? No one wants that. No one wants to plan that. So the dragon made all sacrifices to help us, to stay with humanity and help us. All right. So think about this now. What do we call the ley lines and the earth lines or dragon lines? You look on old maps, the early cartographers, you look at the maps and they say dragon lines, the ley lines, earth lines. The dragon's veins in this earth, that's very Asian. The feng shui very much is the dragon, is the earth. It's part of earth. All right. So we have to definitely, these are very powerful guardians and beings to have beside you. All right. I've been seeing a lot of electric blue orbs. Oh, that's beautiful, Wendy. Ask what that is. Ask what those are. Dragons, yes, very good, very good. Let's see. I have never seen a dragon until 2016, just before I became very ill. It appeared to me, looked in my eyes and disappeared. I knew at that moment my life was going to drastically change. Little did I realize how much health-wise it would. Oh, that's beautiful, Marie. I love that. Your dragon's there to help you with your health too. And we can actually ask our dragons to burn up anything in our aura that's not for our highest and greatest. Resolve, release. We can give it to the angels. We can, those that want to work with that energy, I'm going to take this out that's not mine, and I'm going to make a fireball. I'm going to ask my dragon to take care of it. All right? Woo-wee. We are more powerful than we realize. Good, Chris. Yes, I have 4 dragons I communicate with each day. I love that. Yay! Blue dots and lights look like a lone old-fashioned Christmas lights along the dot. Yeah, yes, they do, don't they? Better than those lights. All right, so just in 2014, when we had the rush of the divine feminine energy come back onto this earth plane, the dragons got their power back. All right, they had accomplished their mission of helping humanity. So they've got their power back again. They got that golden Christ ray, that golden Christ light back. And so a lot of you may see a lot of the gold dragons now, the golden dragons. And that's what getting that Christ light, that golden ray. Yeah. Very, very powerful. So here we go to, just to explain a little bit, 3D, third dimension. And I want to tell everybody this because some people may feel like this. How many of you felt like, who do communicate daily with and even if not daily, but several times, those who just communicate with your angels, your guides, dragons, unicorns, fairies, elementals. All right, but those of you who communicate on a daily basis, how many of you have felt alone lately? How many of you have felt like, where are they? That I didn't feel them today. Or communicate like usually. Or I journal and I don't feel them coming through like they used to. How many of you feel like that? Well, here we go. Third dimension, 3D, is a kindergarten. Guess what? We're taken care of in kindergarten. It's nap time. It's snack time. We're here to take care of you. No, you're out of line. We're taken care of. Those that can communicate, we communicate all the time. We would communicate. Yeah. Guess what happens when you step into the 4th dimension, 5th dimension, and higher? We can feel like we suddenly are alone. Like no more daily guidance. We have graduated is what has happened. We've been initiated, which is why we're feeling all these attunements with each full moon. We haven't initiated. We have graduated. We have moved into mastership. We really have. And if you have a problem with that, get rid of that old coding. That's old, hold you back down from your own power, brainwashing. Absolutely, we're stepping into mastership. And so we need to trust and move forward. Just keep ascending, baby. Just keep moving. Keep moving, I hear. Just keep moving. And it's interesting. You remember last week I talked about your training wheels. We feel like our training wheels are off. And what happens when your training wheels are off? We're finding the balance. The balance, right? Absolutely we are. And so it's amazing. Okay, let me see what's this. I jokingly say I don't feel them, but I still always talk to them. I believe they can hear me. Absolutely. We always are connected, and we do have that connection with them. It's just sometimes you can feel, and I've been told this, is that this is how you can tell that you have ascended to another level, that you have initiated, is when you feel like you're all alone. And let's just use this analogy of you're in a tall building. You're very familiar with the first floor, the second floor. Now you're going up to the third floor, or maybe even the third floor, fourth floor, whatever. But you're going to the next floor that you've never been on before. And you get off that elevator, and as you start walking around, and you're just like, where is everybody? Nothing feels familiar. Nothing feels the same, which is not going to be the same, right? It is going to be different. We feel like, what's going on? Where is everyone? So we do have that, okay? That feeling. And that's what they're trying to express, is when you feel like you are alone. But you are not. You have new helpers waiting for you. You have, and it's exciting, your own empowerment to use. It's kind of like, they show me this analogy of like a game, where you find this little PowerPoint. Go over here and you collect this and it gives you extra strength. And go over here and you collect this, and well, we're using our own spiritual tools. We are powering up. We are mastering that level before we get to the next one. Pretty impressive, isn't it? All right, Wendy, I've been seeing more dragons on products and such. Not sure if I'm just noticing them or if they're actually being used more. Absolutely, that's signs. Whether you're just noticing them, absolutely, that's a validation. We get our validations through symbols and through words, through songs, through a message on a billboard, somebody's license plate in front of us. I mean, when there's a message to be delivered, or, hey, I'm here with you, we will start to see them. Those that work more with unicorns, very high vibrational, dimensional energies, you will start to see them and recognize them more. Those who are working with the dragons, you'll see your dragons too. You'll see them all. All right? And it's beautiful. It's a very beautiful process. You're not going crazy. All right. Let's see, Wendy. I used to see lots of white and purple orbs, but blue and a different kind of white orbs. That's beautiful. I have to tell you, a lot of blue is Archangel Michael. And you've had a lot of things, Wendy, going on lately that you needed protection. So Archangel Michael has stepped in to help you with a lot of those things that you had to, legal issues, okay? A lot of things that you have to take care of. That bright blue, Archangel Michael, it's a very beautiful blue, and the white light, and just, I'm finding that you're going to see more and more like rainbow lights as all the archangels are chipping in, and they want their presence to be known, and the illuminated masters too, the light beings coming in and helping us all. Everyone's really excited for humanity, so this is great. This is great. So you're seeing more of them, and I think that's wonderful. Yay! All right, and there's nothing wrong with working with Archangel Michael. He's great. So what I would like to do is, we're coming to the end of the show, but I would like to leave you with this little tidbit, and we're going to go through this invocation, so to speak, this declaration, just another step into ownership, or owning our abilities, owning who we are. Okay, so it's many of you have heard about the Law of One, and this was way back in Atlantean times, way back in the ancient times, where we all did have peace and harmony and lived under unity. And the Law of One is about grace, intention, karma, that instant karma, the stabilizer, responsibility, and creation. All these things being in harmony with each other and recognizing that within ourselves and outside of ourselves, we connect with everyone in our community. And it's interesting. I want you to spell the word community in your head. And the last letters are UNITY. Unity. Community. You get it? All right. Harmonious and in community. Oh, let me read Lyle's. Okay. Yes, I thought I was going crazy, so I asked for confirmation meditation. I saw a rainbow dragon. Yay! Wonderful, Lyle. Thanks for sharing that with us. Absolutely. Yes. I love it. It's great. It's great. Doesn't that feel wonderful? All right. So what I want you to do is we're going to do this invocation. It is the law of one. And I remember this. I remember the very end part. I came in with remembering as above, so below, as below, so above, as within, so without, as without, so within. That became like my little mantra too every day. Now this is from Tim Wild, Tim, WHILD. You can go onto his website and look under, what is it? He does have like some affirmations. He has a bunch of things. So you might want to just check his website after the show. But here's an invocation to the law of one. So you're going to repeat after me. Actually, no, you know what? I don't want you to say your name because that name is tied to who we are here and right now. But let's just repeat after me. We're going to say I am, because that's all your identities and all your lifetime, and your soul knows instantly. All right. So here we go. We're going to take some breaths and we're going to say each line. No, I'm hearing. We're going to say the whole thing once. We're going to say it 3 times. The whole thing once, then twice, and then 3 times. Not each line 3 times. We're going to say, they want me to do the whole thing first, second, and then third. Okay, here we go. I am a walking master of light. Hereby anchor the higher principles of the law of one into my physical life. I allow grace to guide every thought, word, and deed. I allow my intentions to be pure of heart. I manifest for the higher good of all around me. I allow karma to balance my life and my planet. I am responsible for myself and all that I create. I now create the space to love myself and others unconditionally. I am the law of one. As within, so without. As above, so below. It is done. I'm going to go through this 2 more times, just a little bit faster. All right. If you need the words to this, I'll be happy to send it to you. You can also, though, like I said, find it on Tim Wild's website, Tim, WHILD. Or here we go. I am a walking master of light. Hereby anchor the higher principles of the law of one into my physical life. I allow grace to guide every thought, word, and deed. I allow my intentions to be pure of heart. I manifest for the higher good of all around me. I allow karma to balance my life and my planet. I am responsible for myself and all that I create. I now create the space to love myself and others unconditionally. I am the law of one. As within, so without, as above, so below, it is done. And one more time. I am a walking master of light, and hereby anchor the higher principles, the law of one, into my physical life. I allow grace to guide every thought, word, and deed. I allow my intentions to be pure of heart. I manifest for the higher good of all around me. I allow karma to balance my life and my planet. I am responsible for myself and all that I create. I create the space to love myself and others unconditionally. I am the law of one, and as within, so without, as above, so below, it is done. Take some deep breaths. And how do you feel just from that? How does that make you feel? Woo! Do you feel even more on fire? You feel electric? You know? It's great. So the laws of what? Grace, intention, manifest, karma, responsibility, and creation. We are manifesting so much faster now. Remember that 2,000 times faster. Karma, instant karma. Karma's not the same. Karma of 3D. Karma has different jobs in each dimension. That's how it was described to me. So it's not that it doesn't exist. Karma still exists. It's we are knowingly, consciously using karma to stabilize ourselves instead of, I don't know what I'm doing, I'll figure it out in the next life. No. All right. Oh, yeah. Okay, Sarah, I'm vibrating and I'm very, very hot. Yes, I can't even talk. It's amazing. Yeah, great, wonderful, Teresa. Yes. It gives me shivers. Yes. Aw, heart feels. Yay, Maureen. Yes, and everyone, thank you so much for sitting in Sacred Circle with each and every one of us this week, and I hope that you have a very transforming week ahead. And I'm freezing cold. Yeah, no, you can, yes, you can go through extremes, the hot and then the cold, the hot and the cold, absolutely. That's great. And I just one final thought, instant karma. I want you to pay attention to this. I want you to really pay attention, and I want you to take note and share your experiences on next show or the next two shows, or just share with me, all right? This is how instant karma works. Tim Wilde had told a story about instant karma for him, and I chuckled because I was like, oh, okay. You know, that's interesting. I don't think I've experienced instant karma. Well, ask and you shall receive. Today, the very next day, I took witness to it. And instead of getting mad, I laughed because I was like, oh, this is what it is. This is, I started laughing. All right, so what happens is that usually really good. Watch your thoughts. Watch everything. You know, my husband and I were at the big W store today, whatever. And so it was like, whether you feel agitated for any reason whatsoever, we got into a little disagreement about something or whatever, and I snapped at him. And wouldn't you know, the moment after I snap, I run my car into this end cap and knock stuff off. And I look at, you know, I'm picking stuff up and I'm laughing because I was like, oh, this is instant karma. This is what I get. That's funny. And I was like, I get it. Totally. It's the same thing. And I started remembering of, you know, when one of my sons was over and he was saying something, you know, we were outside and he was saying something to me I was like, don't talk to me that way. And he tripped immediately. And it was like instant karma. I mean, it's just, releasing whatever. I didn't take it personal, but it was just, it's funny. These are instant karma moments. Pay attention to them and laugh it off and just go, this is how fast we're fixing everything. And me laughing and it just ended. I was like, okay, whatever, so I don't know if that's a John Lennon song, Wendy. I'm not sure if instant karma is one, but that's pretty neat. So thank you, everyone. Write down, take note of your instant karma. If not just with you, maybe with what you observe, what you see, all right, and what you experience. But thank you, each and every one of you, for participating in Sacred Circle with me and with each and every one of us. We'll be back next Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And until then, just keep shining that heart light, that cosmic heart light. Let it shine out in all directions. Push it out, feet-wise, miles-wise, 20 miles and beyond. Push it out with protection. If you're going to push it out really far, have your angels and dragons with you to protect you. And there you go. Thank you, everyone. Keep shining bright. Until next week, many blessings.
Thanks for listening. We hope you enjoyed the show.